Chainsaw Man! What's up?
Life is a bitch right now, isn't it?
Is it? Is it really? Well, I mean, there's the always dreadful, terrifying existential political fears that I have that only get worse and worse. But beyond that, I've been having an all right life.
I mean, like, for us, schedule-wise, every time we went to sit down to record this
week I've been
came up this week.
Particularly busy, yeah. Next week shouldn't be an issue. I'm planning on filming it right on Wednesday with him. I wish I could do Tuesday, but I believe Vexy Poo is working Tuesday.
I am until like 2 a.m. and you work the next day, so I don't want to keep you up.
Yeah, but we're going to try to get it out Wednesday or Thursday next week. I considered waiting until there was 2 chapters because this chapter is just so short and simple, but that's fine.
It is a very simple chapter, but there is two really, really interesting things.
Oh, we're going to talk about our favorite comments first?
One of them ties into a comment.
Okay. Favorite comment of the week. Oh, yeah. All right.
So Ghost Hav.
You bitch. You get to go first? Who fucking said?
I said, bitch.
All right. Oh, yes. I do love this one. I know that. Please tell me it's my favorite part of the podcast.
Yes, my favorite part of the podcast was analyzing the War Devil's power, specifically how potential candidates would range from a teenage girl and former United States President Barack Obama.
Yeah, it's like, I want you to know, and this is not a vain thing, it's a do I sound stupid thing. I re-listen to every single one of these. I listen to them while I'm in the shower or driving or whatever. And like sometimes when you're in the zone and you're filming with Da Boy, you can kind of like not hear certain things. So like when we were first filming, I didn't really fully hear you mention Obama. Like it just kind of went in one ear out the other. So like when I was listening to that and you fucking just dropped Obama in there and I just continued on, it fucking killed me.
I'm just like, bitch, like, acknowledge me, motherfucker.
What if he took over Obama? And I think I had asked you a question, and I was just like, shut the fuck up. I want the answer to the question, so I just completely ignored.
You very much did, you piece of shit.
Obama.
I just found that such a funny concept because, like, he would just extrajudicially fucking drone third world countries.
What you're saying. No,
because
actually,
like,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, 5 civilians died, but I killed 35 terrorists. That's a great thing for America, right?
No, I mean, what I really like about that actually does make sense to an extent because, like, we're talking about War Devil. You can make weapons out of things you technically own, right? So just like how we saw the president in part 1 of Chainsaw Man, unfortunately not Obama. It's unfortunate. I guess Fujimoto's racist because he made the president. He whitewashed the president. Oh, and actually when he wrote
it was during the Trump administration. It would have been Trump.
He should have, bro. Fujimoto didn't have the fucking balls to do what the Death Note author did and just make it Trump. Why couldn't it have just been Trump? That would have been fucking. Would that have taken me out of it or not? No, never mind. I take it back. I know why it couldn't have been Trump because it's like 1997 or something. Right? Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If you're Obama and you're like contracted with the War Devil, you could like theoretically, if you wanted to do like this would be insane, right? Could you? So we saw how she did the uniform thing, ripped off the uniform, bam, it becomes a weapon, right?
The tan suit becomes a meme again.
Now, hear me out, right? If you're the president, do you own America? Like, all of it? Could you, hear me out now, could you walk outside, grab the ground, and lift up the entire country and turn it into, like, a because, I mean, I can't even imagine, what kind of weapon that'd be like above a nuke. I feel like that would make like could you right like I don't know. I feel like you'd make you've seen Gurren Lagann, right?
Oh god,
you know how Gurren Lagann became like a universe-sized mech at the end? I feel like that's what you'd make if you pulled up the entirety, like you just like literally like a cartoon, like you just pull up the entirety of America, just like and it becomes like a universe Gundam.
I hate the reality you just put me in for a second there, Ed.
Which is interesting, right? Because like if that is possible, what's stopping more presidents? And in the Chainsaw Man universe, presidents have world leaders have a terrifying level of power because like we saw that with the Gun Devil, he was able to just give the Gun Devil a year out of every American citizen's lifespan. That's terrifying power. You know what I mean? Like so, like what a chaotic. I wonder. I genuinely wonder if there's like a UN in this world that like technically that'd be like a war crime or something, and if they like catch you doing it, like they'll just like immediately fucking like space laser drone strike you.
I would assume there is some sort of like checks and balance system of some kind in
That's
the Chainsaw
probably
Man universe.
why the contract that the president made with the Gun Devil was like super subtle. Like you wouldn't notice a year of your lifespan getting sapped.
Right, because it's such
Yeah.
a minute in the grand scheme of things, a year is fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's
Right?
like, oh, I was gonna die at 86 and I'm gonna die at 85, like that type of shit, right? And you would never know. You would never know. So
We filmed maybe 100 videos in a year, and it feels like it's just been 2 weeks, realistically.
my time compression isn't that bad yet, but yeah, I feel you. Obama. Hold on, can I just play this? You know this meme, right? You know what I'm referencing? Obama.
God, no. It sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Here it comes. Please. For real? Oh, there's an ad. Dude, this video is 6 seconds. You do not give me an ad on this.
Why is there a fucking ad on a six? There's an ad on a 6-second video, and I got limited sustainability on the last podcast because I said cunt in the first 35 minutes.
Hold on. I love the way he says Obama.
Fuck YouTube.
Shut up. I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about Obama. With the sad undertone. It's so stupid. Obama.
It really is. That voice is like the
You know he was
child
stroking
getting
out
their
when he said
goddamn
that.
dolly taken away on Christmas morning.
He was stroking out. Like his lips like flapped in the wrong way or something. Anyway, now for one of my favorite comments. This is from Jack Laborano. Yeah. I hope it's revealed that despite her enigmatic appearance, Death, Devil treats Yor like, is War having problems with her new contracted human again? No, I'm not. I'm doing fine. My plan's going perfectly. Sure it is. Gives her a noogie.
I fucking love that comment too.
And then I had one more. I think I had one more. Let me find it. Didn't you have one more as well?
Yep.
Oh, no, I got a quick one. Too. I just love this one because it makes me happy that we are fulfilling a niche. This next one that I'm about to say, it makes me happy that we're fulfilling a niche for people because I know that feeling too when it's like, oh, I found this YouTube. Finally, this person's doing like the videos I want to see, right? So this guy says, I really love these reviews since I've been loving these reviews since Chainsaw Man came out because you're the only duo that actually spends a good amount of time talking about the chapter, right? And that's true, right? A lot of reviewers, specifically of Chainsaw Man, you don't really have like your Tekking 101s for Chainsaw Man because like Tekking will take a One Piece chapter and talk about it for an hour and a half, right? But with I think most reviewers of Chainsaw Man are the chibi reviews types where they'll come in, they'll summarize it in like 5 minutes and then dip, right? We are the boys that will stretch it. You want to fucking sit down while you're eating lunch or driving on a road trip, you listen to us, and I appreciate that. Let me shout him out. Thank you to, oh God, I'm gonna butcher your name and I'm so sorry. Navindra Nohar. Anyway, do you have one more and then we can move on?
I have one more, and it is Party Jams. It took 10.5 minutes before we started talking about Chainsaw Man. But this comment section segment sounds good. Part of the reason I'm stuck with you guys for so long is because you not only responded to comments, but also addressed some of them in the video. It's a great way to generate discussion and engagement. And he's glad that you finally remember how bad that Denji has always been.
I saw that one.
And
I think that I don't know if whitewashed is the right term, but I kind of like nostalgia washed part 1 Denji. And it really is. It's like, I think Makima's presence not only kind of gave him like a guiding parental guardian figure, but it also, Makima's presence overwhelmed how bad Denji was, right? Because you're focused on Makima's badness, which is like a whole other level. And you kind of, in comparison with her, he almost seems just like an ignorant child. But I guess I thought that like by the time I guess I expected too much, right? And like I always forget how realistic of an author Fujimoto is. Like it's not like, I think any other manga would have done a little time skip and then he'd be like, wow, look how much I've matured now. Like I'm thinking of like Usopp from One Piece where like all of a sudden post time skip, he's not a coward anymore. And he's like, I'm brave now. But like with Chainsaw Man, he's a very realistic author. And this is very real trauma that he's got that has turned him this way. So it makes sense that he would be exactly the same with almost no, in fact, he's worse because he has no leash.
Yes,
quite
he's
literally.
Very much worse.
I always forget that he's written to be a dog. He is a dog. And the more I watch the anime, the more I see these references to like there's so many references to like him being a dog. He even crawls around like on the floor in Aki's apartment. he's a dog. Like, he's written to be a dog. And in part 1, this dog had a leash, and now he does not. You see, this is an untrained rabid dog that's lost his leash. So
it very much is, and that's the interesting thing about Denji is because as the series progresses, and as long as he stays alive, because this is Fujimoto, and we might just kill Denji off in the end of part 2, and during the battle between fucking Asa / Yoru and Denji potentially.
Denji cannot die until he gets the best gluck gluck suck of his life. He needs to be laid once. I need it for him, and I want it to be just like when he grabbed a boob, where he's like, I want him to have the most intense post-nut clarity / depression I've ever seen, because I feel like that'll happen to him because he's hyped up sex so much in his mind, so I really want him to fuck and then be like, and like in the
that's
moment,
all there was to it.
Well, that's how it is, right? Because like if you think it's gonna change your life and blow your mind and be like this heaven-like deity experience, like it's great, it's awesome in the moment, but if you think it's gonna be like the best thing ever, you're going to be disappointed.
A fleeting high. It is a
like,
fleeting high. Take that from the actual fucking whore here.
It's like the same as going down a really big hill on a roller coaster. Like, it's
right.
like, whoa! And then you're exhausted. You know what I mean? It's great. Don't get me wrong.
It's 30 minutes of fucking fun for 5 seconds of relief, okay?
It's actually, this is going to be a weird comparison, but like, a lot of life, more of life than you think, is building up pressure and letting pressure out. Like you can. This is a high thought I had once. I had a really like I've never been high in my life, but this is a high thought that I had. One day I was like, you can describe almost everything in the universe as a series of building up pressure and releasing it. Okay, how did the universe get formed? The Big Bang. What was that? Building up pressure and releasing it.
Brad, who gave you acid?
Hold on, I haven't even gotten halfway into my high thought. Okay. How if you're opening a can, right? You're pushing, building up pressure. Pooh! You open it, it releases. How do muscles work? Building up pressure, releasing. How when you take a shit, building up pressure, releasing. Everything in universe. I'm trying to figure, how did I get here again? What were we talking about?
Denji getting laid somehow turned into Red's acid trip meme.
So
somebody please animate that. Red taking an acid tab in a bar.
Animate me just like looking off into space, like with like the craziest eyes, like with that whole rant. No, don't. Do not.
Please do.
You're asking for free. All right, if they do, all right. If you animate that and it's more than 6 frames.
And it's more than like MS Paint.
No, it can be MS Paint. But if you animate that and it's more than 6 frames, like literally, like it can be an animatic where it like changes like once every 10 seconds. It's more than 6 frames. You animate that. Vex will PayPal you $20.
Sure.
There you go.
I'll pay for that. I will pay for that. It will go in the front of a video.
There you go. So the offer's out there. You know what? If we're offering money for things, what else can I? What else can I offer money for? If someone wants to draw, what could I ask? Draw Vex and I, and you can use our profiles for reference here, our little dudes. Draw Vex and I double teaming Makima.
I'm okay with this.
You want mouth or ass?
I'll take ass.
Oh, come on. Why do you get the ass? This is fucked up. All right, fine. He called it. Okay. Vex and I double teaming Makima to some level of quality. Like it can't just be MS Paint. But okay, if it's MS Paint level quality, I'll PayPal you $10. And it has to be like, we have to be able to recognize ourselves. Like it has to be, it can't just be stick figures. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. And if it's like better than that, like
it can't be Rukia's art style.
Yeah, and if it's actually good art, I'll PayPal you $50. All right, I've put. And if you want to know where to send it, tweet at us at our Twitter. Our Twitter's in the banner, right?
You have full control over the second channel. I don't know what the
you have control.
It's at Control K1.
Yeah, Controlled Chaos Twitter.
I
will pin our Twitter. I will pin our Twitter in this video. Tweet us one of those things: the 6-frame animation of me with my high talk, or Vex and I double teaming Makima with Vex on the ass and me in the mouth. $10 for MS Paint, $50 for quality above that.
I swear, if we actually get tagged in this,
I'm very
I am
excited.
going to be fucking dying of
Bro,
laughter.
if I get, I'm so excited, and be generous with our cocks, okay? Do you want real? I'll give you real size right now, okay? I am 6 inches for real, and then what are you?
6. What the fuck? Why are we?
Be
why
honest
are we,
now.
I'm 6, but why are we fucking
Us
being
both
realistic
saying,
with our
hold on.
cocks? This is fantasy. Give me a goddamn horse cock.
Maybe you're right. No. Listen, whatever you want. All
Let
right,
me be above average for once in life. Goddamn.
artistic discretion. Artistic discretion. Why don't you give Vex a pussy?
Yeah, just put me with a strap on.
Yo. Okay.
Take any artistic and fucking liberties with this shit that you want. I love seeing the fantasy side of art.
I'm excited.
Even when I'm roasting a motherfucker on Twitter for their art taste, where
I will
they have
jerk off to
dragon
porn of
porn
myself
while they're
fucking a
trying to
fictional
dunk
character.
on somebody.
I will jerk off to this if it's good enough. Just know that you'll have the honor of your art being jerked off to. Okay, are we ready to talk about
have
Chainsaw?
a little class.
Hey, Vex, and also Party Jams. It's been 16 minutes and we haven't talked about the chapter. Listen, we kind of had to. Okay, this fucking chapter is short. If I wanted to chibi reviews this, I could be in and out in 3 minutes.
In the anime.
If we chibi reviewed this, we could be in and out in 6 minutes. Deadass.
I almost want to do a chibi review style supplemental episode.
I don't. That's boring. There's no fun to that. Anyway, fuck your idea. It's bad. All right, so let's talk about Yuko for a second. So, I think you and I absolutely nailed her morality in the episode or two ago when we were talking about it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, where it's blind justice.
Yes, because we had a whole conversation about how she seems like the type that would continue to escalate and justify what she's doing, right? Like, we even, way before this was happening, we had this, bullying can't happen without teachers. I think one of us might even said bullying can't happen without schools. You know what I mean? But, we played out that scenario where she would continue to go up and up and up. Oh, it's the parents' fault for teaching them wrong. Oh, it's the teacher's fault for allowing it. Oh, it's the bystander's fault for allowing it. You know what I mean? She striked me as the type
in a way, she's not wrong, though.
It's true that she's not wrong, Vex, but at the same time, you can see that, if you go down this logic, you would eventually... It's kind of like when the stories when,
It's like... Okay. By the end of the day, you'd be nuking the universe because human is... It's just, fucking shit by nature.
That's what I was going to say, right? You'd have that, AI thing where, in those stories where an AI is,
where Ultron was on the internet for 5 seconds and decided to destroy the universe. Yeah.
I've analyzed how to solve the world's problems, and it's to kill all humans, right? I mean, they're right, but, there's got to be a line, right? So yeah, no, I mean, I love that. I've always loved stories like that, and she's a very simplistic person, and we see this, and I love how she's flying by the seat of her pants here. She's got this overwhelming power, but she's still acting like her goofy dorky self. It's such a weird juxtaposition, and these professional, I don't know if you remember these dudes, because I had to go back to the last chapter. These are the professional devil hunters that showed up, and they were like, oh, we're the professionals. Where is she? And one of them clearly has a contract with some devil. I don't know if that's a crab leg or what the fuck that is. What did he summon there?
I've been trying to decipher what the fuck he summoned, and I got nothing.
Yeah, it's clearly just when Aki summons the fuck. He's got some contract with some devil. It looks like a spider leg or a crab leg or something. This might be obvious, I'm sorry. Maybe it's a praying mantis arm. I don't know. But anyway, he tries that, hurts her a little bit, and she immediately bops them. And again, you see this, she's like, oh, bullies, bam, dead. It's fucked. She is really, I mean, it's not anything I haven't seen before in fiction, but I like it. It's good. I can't pretend it's groundbreaking, but I do like it.
It's good and simple, and that's basically the fucking chapter. You got Denji coming in, saving the day.
Do not blow the load on Denji yet. We have to lead up to this Denji shit because we also called that. I gotta be honest. One of the reasons this chapter is so fun to me is that we called everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, once you've read enough Fujimoto, you realize how fucked he can be and how simple his storyline could be.
When's the dog fucking coming? All right, I know from
no. No, I don't have a sponsorship from BetterHelp yet, okay? I'm working that out.
The bestiality devil. So, I also love that she sees her hurt, and it's like, oh, it's you. Finally, you did this. That was a cool moment. But all right, let's get to Denji. He comes in just like we thought with the whole like, oh, lady, stop, you bad devil.
Ladies, may I be of assistance? Your tips, Fedora.
I love how this whole thing. He's like, man, I don't want to blow my cover, but a superhero can't stand by. I'm going ghost.
You had to work a Danny Phantom reference in somehow.
Did I? But yeah, and then like literally like we're almost already at the end of this chapter. You know, he fucks her up, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll read his mind," and it's like, "Oh my god, all he's thinking about is subtly blowing his cover." Which means, by the way, he's not putting any thought into his attacks. He's just mindlessly swinging. Well, he's like, all right, now when do I deactivate? When do I de-transform so that these ladies see me?
Where do I where do I like fucking shut off my goddamn rocket repulsors here so somebody can see my massive cock?
Is he gonna do that? Do you think he's gonna try to make it be like whoops? Like is he gonna like deactivate it and be like, oh no, you can't?
Oh no,
see me.
Yoshida saw that I transformed inside the school.
Yeah, because he's gotta kind of make it look like an accident because like the implication, it feels like I have a feeling that whatever agency the octopus guy works for would be willing to do some drastic measures to keep his identity a secret. So, like, what are the consequences, right? Like, what's going to happen to him if Yoshida finds out that he did this? That's the question.
They're going to have to kill him. Like,
I don't know. Maybe. I feel like if killing him was such an easy to come to option, they would have done it already. Because he is a liability. I'll be honest with you. I could see. And I wouldn't even blame them if the government wanted to kill Denji. I would not blame them in the slightest.
No. It's like keeping a fucking tampered with witness just alive, you know?
Yeah, I guess they've made the like calculation, like, well, he does kill a lot of devils, and
they took a calculated risk on him, is what they did. Mm-hmm. This is like FBI level shit. Yeah,
and you know someone high up in the government knows exactly what Makima was doing and probably is like, oh, but if we could control him and we can get that whole like erasing concepts from existence thing going on, you know there's going to be someone else that wants to use that.
We need to get rid of the concept of unions.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. You can do a lot with that. Can I please have him eat the capitalism devil? That would be... Now, would there be unintended consequences for that? Sure. Like, if he ate the capitalism devil, we probably wouldn't have, like, PS5s and iPads and all the cool shit we have. But, God, I just know the world would be a better place. We'd return to Monkey.
Return to Monkey. We're flinging shit at each other.
But we'd still be happier, wouldn't we? Wouldn't we?
Can you just eat the social media devil?
I feel like you would just have to... Yeah, that's funny. I feel like you would just have to eat a conjunction of things. Like, eat the capitalism devil, but also eat the totalitarianism and the dictator devil so that, like, you know... Because if you eat just the capitalism devil, you might end up with, like, totalitarian communism, you know, and then that's not good.
What would the capitalism devil look more like? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or the Monopoly Man?
I like the idea of the Monopoly Man, personally, because that's, like, a universal symbol of... Like, remember, we wanted to do a skit where Andrew was the capitalism devil, and he would just be the Monopoly Man with little devil horns. Like, think the Monopoly Man with, like, Power's little horns. I would love that. That'd be kind of cute.
I just buy you out. That's how it works.
Dude, I gotta start writing.
Run the entire universe.
I gotta start writing the fucking capitalism devil. Imagine the way that the capitalism devil would make, like contracts. Like, all right, every time you summon me, I deduct $100 from your account with interest. Every time you summon me, your health insurance premium goes up.
We unironically sound like libertarians right now.
Every time you summon me, your health insurance premium goes up.
We're shitting on taxes while shitting on capitalism.
Every time you summon me, Subway throws away...
Another Amazon fulfillment center opens up.
Yeah, that's good. Anytime you summon me, Subway throws away good bread that could have gone to a homeless shelter. I got a bunch of these. What else could we do? Anytime you summon me... we sell 50 more bombs to the U.S. government to kill, you know, people overseas.
Let's just say it. Let's just say what those are going to be used for. They'll be used to kill brown people.
Yeah, I don't like saying it. It's a little too... I don't like saying brown people. I feel like it just feels bad, but I know what you're going with. Anytime... All right, I'm done. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, and then there's one last thing I want to talk about, and then that's like literally it for the chapter. I really like this moment and Fujimoto does what he does best, where it's like really kind of slowly showing every little minute movement of her. So Asa's getting up, and you can always tell when she's Asa and when she's Yoru because of the scar. So as she's getting up,
love that.
I love that too. And so she's getting up, she looks around. The second she sees Denji, there's this cool panel where like you see her shadow, and like the manga doesn't show this, but I like to assume that there's a cool transition where like the camera pans into the shadow and then pans out and then it's Yoru. You know what I mean? Because like it's like a seamless transition where like she's standing up and you can almost tell from her body language that that's Asa. And then once she's standing up, her body language becomes more confident and like dominating, and then bam, it's Yoru. So I think that there was like a cool moment there where like their shadows probably. I just feel like in the anime there's gonna be like a cool transition shot where like
it'll be very much like final season of Yu-Gi-Oh, switching between good and bad Bakura.
Yeah, but that panel with the shadow was purposeful to like indicate a switch.
Oh yeah,
I just think it's very cool. I thought that was a cool thing.
I'm looking at a page before that, actually, where you see that big action panel of like the whole fucking classroom being destroyed.
Oh yeah, I guess we should talk about that, where she just whips the entire top floor out of existence. Yeah, I love that. If schools didn't exist, there wouldn't be bullying. You're one step away from, if the world didn't exist, there wouldn't be suffering.
No, that was very like school shooter mentality from her.
I don't even know. I feel like a lot of school shooters unironically are just doing it for like some weird attention thing, like because I feel like it's come out that like some school shooters weren't even bullied, like a lot of them are just psychopaths. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, statistically 1 in 100 people are like natural born psychopaths. So
love that. Hey yo, boys, let's have less kids. Boys, wrap it or get a fucking vasectomy. All right, like relax.
Can confirm vasectomy was the best decision I ever had.
Yeah. I want to get one. I'm just nervous, but maybe one day.
Like, get it a Friday, right after you get home from work. You'll be off work for 2 days, an ice pack on your nuts, and you're fine.
I'll tell you, if Tudor Dixon wins, I'm definitely getting one. Well, immediately. For context, that's the Republican governing candidate right now.
I am unironically packing my shit and getting ready to get out of this country if she wins.
Good luck. I don't think she will, but like. Yeah, we'll see. There's a non-zero chance that she could, but I don't think she will. The polls seem to be decently in. Anyway, sorry, local politics.
Yeah, the polls do seem to be very much in Whitmer's favor here, but Jesus Christ,
there's a chance.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. We'll see what happens. Make sure you are voting, right?
I have already sent in my mail-in ballot.
Oh, nice. Did you yes on all 3 props?
I yes on all 3 props, awesome. And I fucking
full Democrat. Down the board.
Full Democrat.
It feels bad to be such a
It really does.
You kind of have to these days, unfortunately. Trust me. Like, listen, you're talking to a guy who voted Green Party in 2016, all right? Because I was like, ugh, Trump and Hillary. And this is before we knew how bad. If I knew how bad Trump was going to get, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, I would have voted for Hillary if I knew how bad. Because I thought the worst Trump was going to do was, okay, he's going to do more Republican shit. He's going to make. Because every Republican's racist. He was just more open about it, right? I didn't realize he was going to, like. Literally
and half of
Democrats
are racist. They're just more, closeted about it.
We're getting a little better as the young ones kind of take over. It's getting to be a much better party. Like as like the AOCs and the Bernie Sanders types and like the Ilhan Omars and the Rashida Tlaibs, like as they kind of take over, it's getting a lot better. And like at least the one, I gotta be honest, the old Democrats that are a little racist, at least they have the goddamn common decency to fucking hide it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that to an extent. It's a low bar, but I do appreciate it.
It's a low bar, like Denji getting consent.
I saw this. Did you see that? Yeah, that was my tweet.
I'm like,
I had to.
Yeah, this one wasn't me, but it's definitely something I would have said.
I appreciate our controlled chaos Twitter because it allows me to tweet things that I would never tweet from my own account. I just like I
don't give a fuck on my own account.
Yeah. Well, you don't have many politicians following you. I used to be super active politically, and now I'm not because I'm worried I'll get shot. That's not a joke.
That is not a joke.
I used to go door to door and knock on people's doors and talk to them. I think I'd be killed these days. It's a scary time in America.
You probably would. I definitely recommend grabbing a pistol and just learning how to.
Vex, something I want to do with you, actually, genuinely. I've been meaning to do this with one of my friends that owns gun, and it's basically you and Justin are my only gun friends. I really want to go to a gun range with you. Would you do that with me?
Potentially.
Well,
I'm honestly terrified to teach somebody else how to shoot.
Well, it wouldn't. I'm sure there'd be people there. I just want to go with someone. Let's go to a gun range and shoot guns. That's like a safe environment. You know what I mean? You're at a gun range. You have all the equipment.
Yeah.
Because like genuinely, I do think that as shit gets crazier, I should have one, and I should know the basics.
There is a need for a emergency home protection AR-15.
Yeah, people that aren't checked into politics, you might think we're fucking over exaggerating. Shit's getting wild out there, boys. it's scary. You know, I'm gonna hope that staying in my own little bubble will be fine, but we'll see.
You are a lot safer than I am. That's for
true.
Sure.
Genuinely, to our American friends, I have a plea. I'm gonna use the little platform I have because I feel like it's my job. It's my responsibility too. Okay, if you like us and care about us at all and think that we're, I don't know, you value our opinions at all, I beg of you to register to vote. Some states have same day registration, so it shouldn't be too late. If you aren't registered already, please go and vote Democrat. I know it seems like, oh, both parties suck. Do not fall for this. Both parties are equally bad nonsense. Republicans are like actually approaching Hitler level. That may sound like an exaggeration to you, but look into it for even a little bit. The common...
I hate siding full Democrat, but this is an election where it very much is needed.
If you care about gay rights at all, full Democrat. If you care about abortion rights at all, full Democrat. If you want access, if you want to be able to, I'm sorry, like, I'm just going to appeal to the pervy men in our audience. If you want to be able to nut in a girl and have her take birth control so you can just nut in her raw, vote Democrat. Like, you understand?
It's disgusting that that's the terminology that we're using, but it is very, very accurate. Like, they want to ban fucking birth control. They want to basically turn it into Handmaid's Tale.
Not enough people know about this. There was a vote that the Democrats put up, and feel free to plus 30 seconds if you don't want your politics talk, but this is important. There was a vote that the Democrats put up. They were trying to protect access to birth control as you know, Roe v. Wade was fucked over in Supreme Court, so like everything was up for grabs. So they're like, shit, we better like do this. Most of the Republicans, not all. There was a couple, and you can find the list of the people who didn't. But a vast majority.
Wasn't one of them Meyer?
Yeah, Peter Meyer was actually one of the less bad Republicans, and he got voted out by the. So like the Republicans are hungry for blood now. They're wild. But anyway, yeah, a vast majority of them voted against protecting the right of birth control. So like we're talking, if they get what they want, they just want to force you to have kids. Mm-hmm. Literally, it's crazy. And don't fall for the kid doesn't happen by accident. Bro, if you've ever had sex, ever, think accidents happen. Do you want to be stuck with a fucking snot bag for the rest of your life? Because that's nonsense.
Just say crotch goblin red. It's so much more funny.
Sure. But yeah, all this to say, I'm begging you, please go out, vote Democrat. This is, if you like, I'm not kidding. We could get to a point where, do you really want religious cultists? If you're in our audience,
do you want Far Cry 5 in America?
Yeah, surely if you're in our audience, you're no fucking Christian fundamentalist, okay? If you are
still here in our Christian fundamentalist, why?
I'm telling you, we are actually heading towards, in America, if Republicans gain control of this country, they want to make it a Christian nationalist country. They want to make the rules in the Bible the actual laws. This is real. This is happening. They're trying to do this. They just, as an example, the Supreme Court, which is now overwhelmingly conservative, because Trump put them in, has said in an open letter after they fucked over Roe v. Wade that they're willing to look at, I don't remember what the legal term for the case is, but they're willing to take a relook at the law that established that it was legal to do interracial marriage. So that means they are putting on the table interracial marriage, which means hypothetically that could become illegal again. I'm not kidding. That's a real thing that one of the Supreme Court people said. Okay? And gay marriage, don't even get me started on gay marriage. That's out the window. If they win, that's gone. 100%. No question about it. And like, even if you're sitting yourself thinking like, well, that doesn't affect me. You know what will affect you? The fucking riots in the streets when that happens. If you want a stable country at all, if you want to be able to just sit on your ass, play video games, and not worry about politics ever again, vote for the boring-ass Democrats that at least do their fucking job. Okay, that's all I'm begging you guys. Please. Okay, there's my spiel. It's over. David, Vex, can you write down the timestamp? Oh, you know what? I have it. I forgot.
You have the timestamp because you're recording. It would be the cases Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell.
Yes, thank you. You found it? All right, yeah.
I actually sent it to my fucking dad when they put out that letter of like why I might be potentially leaving the country.
Yeah. Good luck though. It is not easy to get out of here, as far as I can tell. Deanna's been trying to get like a work visa to Canada or something.
It's a little bit easier for me because I can just transfer for my job there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Damn. Would you just go to Canada then?
Yeah, I just go to one of the Canada buildings for that.
That'd be cool.
Or
Hopefully you'd
one of
be
the
like
UK.
just right. Hopefully you'd be like right across the border, so we could still like visit and shit.
Yeah, the nearest building for that I think is like a Windsor.
Oh my god, yeah, it's scary stuff, boys and girls. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, just
Yeah, it's very terrifying, and that's like one of the big reasons why like the last like this week and next week between con and everything, like it's just been crazy, 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 crazy trying to do all the things before, you know, potentially like another batch of riots will be in the streets.
yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't. I'm gonna assume that it's not gonna get to riots because I thought that the Biden Trump part was gonna get to riots and it didn't really reach us too badly. But
No.
what I am a little concerned about, I'm wondering if in Republican areas there's gonna be like poll intimidators, like people that like stand there with guns and shit like that. I'm keeping my eye out for that.
Apparently there are.
Where?
Apparently there are in a few states that are having their midterms right now.
No, the midterms is on the same day for the whole country.
But like the ones that have the like open polls, like the
like
fucking
early voting. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I have heard stories of people like that being an issue. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I pass. I'm a very very straight white man passing, so I can just.
I am not.
I feel like you can be though, if you know what I mean. Like just.
If I dialed it back like 5 degrees, maybe I could still pass, but nah.
It's genuinely worth it if you're voting in a Republican area at all. It's genuinely worth it to just like, yeah, hello, I am a typical white male,
all the
and
Christian things. And
you
like,
want them to
nope.
think you want them to think you're voting Republican because, dude, I'm so happy that I live in an area where it's not a fucking church that I vote in anymore. I hate voting in churches. That shit's sus as fuck to me because I'm always like, this is a church. Like they lean very clearly right wing. Like that, and I'm getting like hella sus every time. But yeah, it's a community center now where I live. Thank God.
Yeah, like the first thing I did during COVID was like request all of my ballots by mail because they had
you
that
don't
thing.
gotta worry about passing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't like going out to vote because I don't like wasting my time standing in line for 6-8 hours. The day of,
you probably
so.
live in like a city area where they fucking purposefully like lengthen the line to try to
Yep.
Yeah,
I have one person that does all of the shit here in my district, and
I love that.
fucking it's in a goddamn Catholic church, and every time I went in there, it felt like it was going to ball in around on me.
All right, I'm gonna write down another timestamp, and let's actually move back to being on topic, even though we're basically done with the chapter. But okay,
like this,
so hey,
this
for all you that have come here now, sorry about that politics talk. TLDR, please vote Democrat. It's scary out there. What do you have anything else to say?
This is very much one of those episodes that's going to get padded out in the anime. Like this entire chapter feels like it would be like a 30-second fight scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say that same thing. They could animate this in 30 seconds. I don't know. It'll depend. I mean, I feel like
I very much love that though. Like a flashy 30-second fight scene is better than like choppy, shitty fucking pace.
Yeah, I don't think the anime is gonna pad. It doesn't strike me as an anime that's gonna pad too much.
No, but it will cut out any mention of unions.
Yeah, I saw that. That's very funny. I don't even know how to. I feel like that's not even a Mappa problem. That's like the whole industry when any studio would do that. Yeah,
it's 100% just like an animation industry thing.
Well, that's just a worker. That's just a capitalism problem, is what that is, man. It's fucking wild.
A lot of people are like, "Well, it was just a Western translation of it." I'm like, still, who cares?
Yeah, I'd have to get the official. I'd need to talk to someone that actually like speaks Japanese for confirmation on that one. So yeah, do we have any more things to talk about? I mean, I genuinely don't know if I can think of anything else. It's such a quick chapter.
I'm just curious, like, what we'll have here.
Predictions and shit like that, yeah.
Because at the end, we see Yoru and Denji kind of face-to-face over the corpse of Yuko.
Oh, yeah, so that's happening now. Is Yuko fully dead? That's question number one. Question number two is Yoru's goal, just reminding myself now, Yoru's goal is
defeating Chainsaw Man to regain access to the nukes.
Right. Do we know for a fact that would get her the nukes back?
I don't know if it would get her the nukes back, but it would get her vengeance, basically.
That's true, and I mean, maybe she thinks like she could turn Chainsaw Man into something that's as powerful as a nuke, maybe.
And judging by everything we know about Chainsaw Man, Denji, that is very possible that he could become a very powerful weapon for her.
I hope that it is the first thing. I hope that it is actually that like she can genuinely, because the wording was I'll make you spit nukes right back up, right? I hope that actually you can reverse that, because I think that'd be a really interesting concept. Like all the like nukes have been gone for like this long or whatever, and then all of a sudden they just like pop back to existence. Like, how would society react to that? Like, everyone just regains memory of this thing all at once. Like, how did we fucking forget about that shit? That'd be actually really fascinating.
Right, like that is an interesting concept, and that's something that I love about Fujimoto is he puts all of these like very, very bizarre thoughts in the back of your head of like, what if this thing happens, or what if that thing happens? It's this series, and anything he writes is very good for theory crafting, which is like 95%
one of the reasons why we're able to do all these fucking long ass videos.
Right, like 95% of the reason why we're able to take a 22-page chapter that is like a 30-second fight and turn into 50-some minutes worth of us talking about dumb shit.
Well, a decent part of it was politics, but fair.
Yeah, but like when you break down the core concept of like, if we're able to reverse the memory of everybody just by defeating something that took it out of existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Denji's death here, right? If he's defeated, that would also bring back the Nazi devil.
Oh my God.
So much more. Like, there was a whole list of shit that Makima put out of like what all.
Yeah, I went back recently and looked at it, bro. So many fascinating concepts that I hope they go into, and I'm torn because, like, you know, it's just like the Junji Ito, H.P. Lovecraft rules. Like, knowing less about it makes it almost better, but like at the same time, like when they say shit like, I think it was like 3 possible endings of a human life other than death. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, that's
right. Like, that one fucking terrifies me, right? Like,
yeah. And then there was one. It was like the light of a star that made children go insane. And then there was
that's like Lovecraftian.
Yeah, so much Lovecraftian shit. I would love. Yeah, I'll love to see what happens. I hope we get more into that power of Chainsaw Man, because that's a very fascinating. I want to see it be actively used. I want to see Denji tap into that, because if Denji was smart, I want to see Denji almost think like, okay, what can I do to change the world if I
Denji have a brain cell that isn't preoccupied with getting his dick wet?
Well, I feel like he could use Chainsaw Man's power to get his dick wet, right? Like, I'm trying to, like, what concept could he delete? Oh my God. The feminism devil.
You know what really ruined my chances with the women?
Feminism. The SJWs
this
and the
third wave feminism.
Bro, he takes away women's rights to get laid.
Denji becomes the quartering confirmed.
Can you imagine if they just made Denji like the biggest like incel? That'd be wild. Yeah, I just want to see what lengths he'll go to get laid. Like how far will he go? That's my question.
That would be an interesting direction, and that would make Denji even more of a piece of shit, and that would just fall in line with our thoughts about him here recently.
Well, that's the question, right? At some point, there's got to be a we need to know, is he going to continue down this path, or is he going to get better? That's the question. So we'll have to see. Final thoughts, because I think that we're just kind of running in circles here.
Yeah, that was my final thoughts. Or just like, I want to know what happens here at the end of this chapter, right? Like, this stare down is going to be the next few chapters, and it's going to be an interesting discussion, or just break out into all-out war.
Yeah,
and
hopefully we learn a bit more lore about this. Like, I want to hear Yoru kind of say out
right
loud.
Like that would be nice to get just a little bit of lore out of Fujimoto.
I want to see. Yeah, it's a challenge. I want to see Yoru kind of come out and say very, like, if I defeat you, I can reach into your stomach and pull out new. I don't know. I need to know how this works. Can she get them back, or was that just like a figure of speech? All this shit. Let's see here. And then Denji, like, will he even pick up on the fact that it's the War Devil, or is he just going to think, like, this woman is coming onto him? Like, oh, you're playing hard to get.
Woman, acknowledge me.
Fucking Yoru's just doing all the, like, her villain speech. She's like, I will defeat you. And then he's just, like, trying to, like, kind of, like, slide into her DMs, like, puts the shoulder around her, like, hey, girl. It's like, what? Get the fuck off me.
Yeah, that one seems more realistic here. Like,
oh my God.
Let me slide in them DMs. Let me slide in that pussy.
All right, I'll fight you if you let me smash first. Come on.
Just let me get a little bit of that little pussy.
Can I just get a crumb of pussy, please?
Might I have a microcosm
Just
of
merely a
puss?
morsel. All right.
I'll pay $75 for a jar of your piss.
Ew. Nice reference to that video. What video is that again? It's when girls play Rainbow Six, right? That's a good
Yes.
video. Look that video up. When girls
It's
play
a
Rainbow
McNasty
Six.
video.
That's a very good video. Well, with that video recommendation, peace, or do we have something else to say?
Peace.
Peace.